Welcome to the DivaSpeaks Relationships Podcast. My name is Angela Potariel. I am the diva of the DivaSpeaks Relationships Podcast, talk show, ministry, brand, business, card game, therapeutic set, and the Talk That Talk show. I want to welcome you to another fresh podcast episode of DivaSpeaks Relationships Podcast. We have a brand new letter right here, right now. We are going to chop it up. We are going to talk about it, and we are going to help our good sister in distress. All right, and amen. That is what I do. And I enjoy doing it, okay? Yes, I do. And don't you judge me. Don't you dare judge me. Once again, I want to welcome you to the hottest, grown, and sexiest conversation piece, Soulversations, out of Charlotte, North Carolina, a.k.a. the Queen City. The diva is on the mic. And I want you to tell your closest friends and family members, your church, your church family, whoever, to tune in to the DivaSpeaks Relationships Talk Show, the podcast, social media platforms, and all that comes with it, because I have just turned up the heat. That's right. I am serving you notice. I have turned up the heat. Do you hear me? Some of you are out there wondering, Diva, what are you talking about now? I'm going to tell you what I'm talking about, because I need you to know. I need you to know what's in store for you. Now, about a year and a half ago, I introduced Talk That Talk, which is where we are now. That is when I opened up the floodgates to start reading the correspondence from followers, subscribers, and give you my feedback, my perspective, my encouragement, things that will empower you, resources and tools that will help you in your journey. Do you guys remember that when I introduced the Talk That Talk edition? It's been going extremely well. So now, guys, for those of you that have been on the back burner, for those of you who have wanted to share, for those of you who have not necessarily wanted to do either of those things, but you wanted this, I am now giving you what you want. I am giving it to you straight out of the inbox, straight from public forums, straight from by way of I heard it through the grapevine, okay? Diva Speaks After Dark. That's right. Diva Speaks After Dark. Scandalous secrets, sex stories, confessions, and outrageous sexual demands in the bedroom. Being brought to you by none other than DivaSpeaks Relationships After Dark. You definitely want to stay tuned and stay connected to the DivaSpeaks Relationships social media platforms if you want to be a part of the conversation live and in person, right? Face to face, all up in your place. I will be dishing some of these scandalous sex stories and hot ass secrets and giving the feedback that is so demanded at this time. So we got a lot to talk about, guys. There's a lot in store. There is a lot to be uncovered and unpacked. So make sure that you stay tuned and stay connected. And for those of you who are new to my platform, if you have not added the DivaSpeaks Relationships Roku channel to your Roku device, what are you waiting for? I'm waiting on you. So why don't you add the DivaSpeaks Relationships Roku channel to your Roku device today? If you have not also added the DivaSpeaks Relationships TV channel to your Amazon Fire account, if you have a Fire Stick, Okay, add it to your stick, baby. What are you waiting for? DivaSpeaks Relationships TV is on your Fire Stick, so make sure you add my channel over there. And I want to remind you that every second and fourth Friday of the month at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, make sure that you check out my televised talk show, DivaSpeaks Relationship Talk Show. It airs on Access 21. It airs on the DivaSpeaks Relationships Roku channel, the DivaSpeaks Relationships Amazon Fire channel. It airs on Spectrum Cable channel 21, as well as AT&T Uverse channel 99. Once again, every second and fourth Friday of the month, you can catch the DivaSpeaks Relationships Talk Show on Access 21, Spectrum Channel 21, AT&T Uverse Channel 29. That's right, the Diva is on satellite TV, Roku TV, cable TV, and you can stream the television station's website and watch the show from the website, which is tvaccess21.com. You know where to find me. I'm not that hard to find, honey. Okay? So with all of that being said, we have a letter, and it's time we get right into it, okay? All right, and amen. So let me get everything pulled up, because we have someone in need. Yes, we do. Okay, guys, so we have one of our good sisters who is bothered beyond measure, and she has every good reason to be. And her letter has been captioned, okay? My husband's secrets exposed. Yes, my husband's secrets exposed. So here we go. We live in a small town. I'm sure everyone else knew. Is there ever an end to all the lying? We're getting a divorce now, so just admit it. It doesn't matter. I found out from the trashy, disgusting bartender that he slept with her a lot. She has herpes and I'm pregnant. He could have contracted it, given that to me, and caused major damage to the baby that I'm carrying. I have been so stressed, I would have probably had an outbreak if he gave it to me. At least that's what my healthcare provider told me. I'd like to be told the truth about everything, so I can stop finding more skeletons in the closet. The number of people has to be staggering. He didn't even care if he had given me an STD. The more I find out, the easier it is to let go, but the angrier I get. I loved him so much, and he did unspeakable things. Why don't people like this have a conscience? I have never hated someone so much in my entire life. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. The betrayal is next level. He has moved in with his steady affair partner, who I found out about at my dad's funeral. I didn't know that it would be the only tip, that it would only be the tip of the iceberg. We have 2 young children together, and he introduced them 5 days after he blew up their entire world. There is a special place in hell for him, and wish he'd go there as soon as possible. He is an alcoholic and is starting to look like... Let me read this again, guys. He is an alcoholic and is starting to look like shit. So hopefully that isn't far off. He is so unattractive to me and most people I know at this point. The world would be a better place without him. His kids would have a chance at a better life without the trauma of being the children of an emotionally abusive alcoholic. I don't think this feeling will ever go away. I don't want to carry this hate for the rest of my life. I don't ever want to see him again. He makes my skin crawl and my stomach churn. I have never been more repulsed by another human being. What the hell am I supposed to do now? Pregnant and disgusted. Whew, that was a lot to unpack. My good sis, let me tell you this, and you've probably heard me say it a million times before. You are not the first woman or wife to ever go through something as incredible and heartbreaking as this, sis, and you will not be the last. Many women and wives before you, even now, have went through this and may be going through this, and they have survived. They have survived with their lives intact, and most of them have created an even better life than they had before with an unfaithful husband who disgraced them, the marriage, the vows, the covenant, and all of that. I said that to pour into you and to let you know that you will come out on the other side of this with your sanity, okay? And you can come out gracefully, but all of that depends on you and how you choose to handle your moments of anger, despair, and when you are emotionally tapped out. It matters how you handle things in these moments of ongoing discovery. Let me repeat that again. It's going to matter how you handle things as you continue to experience these ongoing moments of discovery, these skeletons that keep coming out of the closet, because you mentioned in the onset of the letter that you live in a small town and it's more than likely everyone else knew before you did. What a hurtful thing to have to come to the realization of everyone else knew before you. You have a lot of jaw-dropping jewels in this letter. You've realized now, with just the information that you have been armed with, that you realized early on that a divorce is what you want. And I support that. I am a supporter of trying to keep the family together. If it's doable, if it's possible. But with the information that you have shared in this letter, I'm standing with you, sis. You can't be pregnant, got 2 kids already, married to an unfaithful partner who has slept with the whole town, and you come to find out that he has left you and moved in with his affair partner who has herpes, by the way. Girl, that is just a lot. Sis, I applaud you for not lashing out and doing something that will interrupt your freedom, your faith, and your lifestyle at this point, because a lot of people would have slapped him into next Tuesday and tried to ruin him and his life. He's got a lot of nerve. And it's unfortunate that he thought so little of the life that you share with him, the family that he has created with you, and the baby that is still growing inside of you, that he planted inside of you, that he thought so little of the lives that he created with you, the life that he created with you, and his covenant. He thought so little. He has jeopardized his marriage. He has jeopardized the relationship he has with you, and he has put a strain on the co-parenting that the both of you have to do moving forward, because you've decided to divorce this no good, unfaithful, lying, cheating ass husband of yours. Sis, I'm going to ask you to remain diligent in your prayer life, because you are going to need the strength to be able to handle what's coming your way as things begin to be revealed. The double life that he has led behind your back, but also right in plain sight. You're going to need the strength to handle that, and need the strength to be able to make wise choices regarding your future, and you hold the future of your two children that you already have with him and the unborn child that you are carrying. And you said, the more I find out, the easier it is to let go, but the angrier I get. I get it, sis. I get it. I totally get it. Any woman listening to this letter, get where you are standing right now, even if we have not stood in your shoes. To be a woman married to a man, in love with your husband, and to find out that what you described as that next level of betrayal has the tendency to send you over the edge. And I applaud you for not allowing those discoveries to send you over the edge, because sis, you have a lot to live for. You have 3 little ones that are depending on you to hold it all together, not only for yourself, but for them as well. And it's going to be a long, hard journey living in a small town where everyone knew your business and everything your husband was doing but you. So you're having to relive each moment of discovery as if it happened in that moment when it probably happened years ago, but it has been ongoing. He has no remorse for what he has done, according to what you have described in the letter. You deserved so much better than that. And let me tell you something, as a wife, former wife, and as a current wife, I can tell you that when your husband does things to you, what seem to be intentional, when they give in to their flesh, girl, that is something that will make you want to be violent. It will. It will make you want to be violent with them, because you can look at it like you knew when you were doing what you were doing, that was going to hurt me. Whenever I discovered what you were doing, you knew that was going to hurt me, but yet you did it anyway. You didn't care. You did what you wanted to do because you wanted to satisfy your sexual urges and your flesh. You were willing to jeopardize everything just so that you could lay down in between the legs of another. You didn't give a good goddamn about how I felt. So I get, sis, wanting a hell to put them in, but you got to leave that to our Heavenly Father. What is most important right now is keeping you sane, keeping you in a good state of mind so that you can give birth to this unborn child without causing your unborn child trauma in the womb. I need you to try and reduce the amount of information that you're receiving while you're pregnant, because it does have the potential to send you over the edge, to cause you high blood pressure, to cause you some type of distress while you are pregnant with this baby. And you want to be careful, how you're handling things in front of the 2 little ones that you already have. They can feel that energy, and they can watch how you are acting or acting out. And you may not even know that this is what they are seeing. You're thinking you're holding it all together. You're thinking that you're being a good mom, but you don't know how your tone is translating to your little ones. You don't know if you're being short. You don't know if they can see the emotions in your face or the anger that is resonating in everything that you do and say to them. You want to be extra careful of that. And for him to walk out on you while you're pregnant with 2 little ones after he was the one that betrayed you, he is a disgusting human being. Sis, I have to agree with you. But I want to let you know that he's going to get everything that he has coming his way. Every seed that he has planted will come up. There will be a harvest for him. Walking out on your family, especially when you've been the husband, when you are the man of the house, I would love to think that there's a special place in hell for you, especially when you go shack up with another woman. You got the nerve to shack up with another woman while this woman over here is still wearing your last name. This woman over here is still tied and connected to you, and you think so little of the life that you created with this woman and the lives that you created with this woman. You just want to go and do you and do somebody else at another address. Sis, God's got him. Not in the way you think that God's got you, but God's got him. For those of you just now tuning in, our good sis, has made up in her mind that she wants to divorce her no good cheating ass husband who has been sleeping around town for years. Everyone in this small town knew about it. She says that I'm going to recap and read the letter. I'm sure everyone else knew, but is there ever an end to the lying? She says we're getting a divorce, and she just wants him to admit it now because it doesn't matter at this point. I found out from the trashy, disgusting bartender that he slept with her a lot, and she has herpes. And she says, our good sis says, I'm pregnant. He could have contracted it and given that to me and caused major damage to our baby. I have been so stressed out, I would have probably had an outbreak if he had given it to me. At least, that's what my healthcare provider has told me. I'd like to be told the truth about everything so I can stop finding more skeletons in the closet. The number of people has to be staggering. He didn't care if he gave me an STD. The more I find out, the easier it is to let go. But the angrier I get. Ooh, if that ain't a word, y'all, if that ain't a word. Listen, let me reread this part of the letter. Our good sis says, the more I find out, the easier it is to let go. But the angrier I get. One more time for the people in the back. The more I find out, the easier it is to let go, but the angrier I get. Our good sis also writes, I loved him so much, and he did unspeakable things. Why don't people like this have a conscience? My good sis, we all want to know that. Jesus, don't we? I have never hated someone so much in my entire life. Damn it, I know what you're feeling, sis. I know what you're feeling. I got to stop right there. Let me reread it, and I'm going to, give my 2 cents. Drop it in the collection plate for you guys. Our sis says, I have never hated someone so much in my entire life. Whew. Amen. And I know where that emotion, those powerful emotions come from. And any other woman reading and hearing the reading of this letter can relate to you when you have loved a man so deeply, when you were madly in love with this man, when you gave yourself to this man, and you envisioned the rest of your life being spent with this man, creating a life living with this man, wearing his last name, allowing this man not only into your heart, but allowing this man inside of your body to explore you, allowing him to release in you everything that is within him, and to only discover that he never valued the relationship or you in that same way. It has the potential to turn into hate. Because it's like, how dare you take me for granted like that? How dare you deceive me? The art of deception, you mastered it so well because you had me fooled. Any woman that has been betrayed by their husband or their forever or their who they thought was their forever or their significant other can definitely relate to what you are going through, those emotions. Our good sis continues in her letter. She says, the betrayal is next level. He has moved in with his steady affair partner who I found out about at my dad's funeral. So since you, at your dad's funeral, you experienced two losses that day. Your father going on to glory and finding out that your husband moved in with his affair partner. What an impact that must have had to you, your heart, your emotions. You had to have been devastated on that day. Ooh, he's got to be a low-down so-and-so to do that to you. And you're pregnant. For those of you listening, our good sis, she's pregnant. Wow. She says there is a special place in hell for him and wish he'd go there as soon as possible. He is an alcoholic and is starting to look like shit. So hopefully this isn't that far off. He is so unattractive to me and most people I know at this point. The world would be a better place without him. His kids would have a chance at a better life without the trauma of being the children of an emotionally abusive alcoholic. I don't think this feeling will ever go away. And I don't want to carry this hate for the rest of my life. Sis, that means you're going to have to put in a lot of work to make sure that those seeds of bitterness that most of us can understand and will understand if they do take root. Most of us understand being grown as women. You know, we understand how the seeds of bitterness can be planted when you've been hit with a blow so powerful as this by the man that you took vows to spend the rest of your life with. It's understandable. So I don't want you to be so hard on yourself. Don't beat yourself up. You've made a decision to go ahead and divorce him. Let him be that bitch's problem. And I mean that. I don't care who's offended by me using the word bitch. Any woman that shacks up with a knowing married man, knowing that he walked out on his wife and children, you decide to receive him under those conditions, may you have the life and the hell that you so begged and was so desperate for. You understand me? But sis, I don't need you to focus on that. I need you to focus on getting that divorce. I need you to focus on creating a life for yourself and your children that you can be proud of. I need you to focus on healing so that when you get with your next husband, when you enter into your next love affair, it will be the most amazing and incredible experience of a lifetime. Because I can tell you, real love is out there, girl. There is something so special about finding love after you've been hurt so bad by someone that you loved so deeply. There is something so fulfilling about the next love that enters your life after the love that you thought would never go away. After he abandons you, ooh, girl, let me tell you that next man that comes in, how he loves you so good and so properly. And he is that breath of fresh air that you were wanting, that you didn't even know that you needed. There is something about that next love that fills you up in areas that you didn't even know you were lacking. There is something so uniquely special and delicious about that next love that will almost make you forget about that no good piece of shit that walked away, that did you like he did you. You didn't deserve any of that, sis. Can I tell you that? Woman to woman, I want to tell you, you didn't deserve any of that. And this is why I am encouraging you, woman to woman, do the work, sis. Do the work. You got to do the work to heal. You got to do what it takes to put all of this behind you. It is a process, okay? It ain't overnight. But if you do the work, let me tell you. Love is waiting for you out there on the other side of it. And it is so good. It is so good. It is so wonderful. Take it from me. It is. So I don't want you to give up. I don't want you to get bitter. I don't even want you lashing out. I don't even want your focus to be on anything that you discover after today, because no matter what you find out in addition to what you already know, it's going to be the same. Listen, it's going to be the same storyline with different people in the story. Okay? The story will be that he cheated, but yet with another partner in another location, at another place, during another time span. Same shit. So I don't want you to focus on that. I want you to focus on getting to the other side. Let the diva tell you that, baby, it gets better. You don't have to live with a broken heart forever. And I know personally the hardest thing to do after having your heart broken by someone that you love so much and so deeply, and you didn't think that things would have gotten as bad as they got. Can I tell you, and this goes for both men and women, there is something so beautiful about that next one that comes into your life. You know, there's something so beautiful about finding love after having your heart broken so bad. There's something so uniquely wonderful. It's almost like it's like having an orgasm, right? When a person walks out and abandons you and trashes the relationship, they vandalize the relationship, they had no respect for the history, the life that the two of you guys shared, right? A lot of them probably trashed your names to their friends and their relatives. They talked about you so bad. They lied on you. They mistreated you. You know, you did everything you could to try to mend things, you know, as you were in it. And they just did everything they could to continue to vandalize it and to scandalize your name and to make you out to their circle to be a piece of shit. And you find all of these things out or whatever, and you're trying to not let the hate consume you. You're trying your best not to focus on everything that you find out in the aftermath. But let me tell you what is also hard. It is so hard trusting that next one that comes into your life to love you. It is so hard to embrace that new beginnings at times, not all the time now, okay? It's hard because you've been treated so badly by someone who was abusive, emotionally abusive to you, you know, and, you know, abandoned you or whatever they did, cheated on you, you know, just did the most god-awful things to you. It's so hard sometimes embracing that new love. But once you begin to release, you release and you decide, I am going to allow you to love me because I deserve this. I deserve this. I've been craving this type of love, this type of intimacy. Everything that you are offering me and that you are presenting, I've been praying and I've been wanting and yearning and craving this. And I'm going to let you do it. I'm going to let you do it, and I am going to receive it respectfully. And in return, I am going to give all of this right back to you. I'm going to love you so good and so thoroughly that the only choice that the two of us have is to try and outdo one another with how good we can actually be to one another. Love is out there, guys. Love is out there awaiting anyone that has been traumatized by a breakup, been traumatized by a separation, traumatized by a divorce, traumatized by someone walking away from you. Oh my, love is out there. Diva is speaking on these relationships. Be encouraged. My good sister, be encouraged. Love is out there, girl. Have that beautiful bouncing baby. Heal, do the work, put in the hours, do what it takes to get to the other side. And that new one that's going to walk into your life at some point, it's going to see that glow up and the new and improved version of you. Not the broken you that man left you in pieces and left you in shambles, but they're going to get the best version of you. So, guys, you should see the smile on my face right now. Not only because I believe that our good sister is going to have a testimony. I know that she is going to experience the love of a lifetime, once she gets through all of this hell that this man put her through, and the embarrassment and the shame that come with being attached to him. Oh, she's going to have a testimony, but I've living it myself. I'm telling you. Oh, Jesus, love is out there. Do you hear me? Love is out there. Diva Speaks Relationships. My name is Angela Patarayal. I want you to come back because I will be doing a live show on the 14th talking about how to handle the challenges of you and your partner having two different sex drives. So make sure that you tune in and subscribe to the podcast so that you can tune in to this very intimate conversation about navigating your way in the bedroom when each of you have different sex drives, and it shouldn't ever be a deal breaker. And I'm going to be exploring some tools and resources to assist with that process. Okay? Once again, this is Angela Patarayal of DivaSpeaks Relationships Podcast. You guys have an amazing day. Toodles.